All right, happy Friday, everyone. So I figure I'll make another video in my coding series where I'm working on that metronome. Basically, I should rename this series to vibe coding because I think vibe coding is here to stay. I think it's important to get comfortable doing vibe coding. And speaking of that, coincidentally. It looks as though ChatGPT released a vibe coding tool just now, which is interesting because I was seriously considering canceling my ChatGPT subscription to use Claude Sonnet with Cursor. But it looks like ChatGPT now has its own tool called Codex. So I was playing around with this quite a bit. I think I'm going to start from scratch. So I was messing around with my juggling coach repo that I have up on my GitHub. So I'm just going to delete this. All right, and my prior videos in here were my prior videos. I wonder if I can delete this too. I just want to delete all these, and this is interesting to know if you can or cannot delete something. Yeah, I deleted the environment, so I can't do it. I'll just archive them because then they get out of the way. All right, there we go. So, so what we're gonna do? So yeah, I'm gonna learn about this new tool that ChatGPT released, and I'll do it in my as part of a YouTube channel, YouTube video here. So yeah, let's create an environment. Yep, created from my GitHub. Now you can select other ones as well. It doesn't have to be your own. It can be from other accounts and stuff. Um, I'm going to go with my metronome that I'm working on, which is hosted here in a GitHub Pages repository. Let's take a look at the advanced settings. So you can set the container image. Right now you only have universal, but more are coming soon. So here you go. These are going to be run in a Ubuntu 2.4.04 machine, but I think there's going to be different kinds of machines. So this is key here. This is really important to know. If you're doing a project, oftentimes it depends on having the right package versions. So, like if you're running something in Python, you have to run you have to use the right version of the code, and you have to keep these up to date. And then the other thing is some things can kind of pull the rug out from underneath you. If you're using a really old version of Python, the newest versions it might not run in. So to set to an older version might be necessary sometimes, as well as keeping them up to date. But we can see for a lot of these, so Python is the newest version is 3.13, but it defaults to 1.2. So there you have it right there. If you're doing a project in the newest release of Python, you go and use this. Just be aware right there that it doesn't necessarily select the newest version by default, and that's true for Node.js. Rust, it looks like it selects the newest one. Go, it doesn't default to the newest one. And then the other ones, it does select the latest one. So that's something that's really important to take note of in the advanced. You'll probably be fine if you just ignore this, but if but this is probably uh, the more sophisticated advance you get in coding, the more this matters for sure. All right, so the next is you can add environmental variables for it to work with. So if you want to add like passwords, stuff like that, you can add that here. I'm not going to do that. Oh, actually, you should add your passwords under secrets. Don't add them to environmental variables because it'll just be treated like a regular plain text variable. So you definitely want to add a password to secrets, and then environmental variables, something like what would be a good thing to add as environment variable? Um, I mean, just Yeah, just whatever. Like work with the. You can ask the AI if it wants. An API key would be a really good thing to add to an environment variable. Okay, and then not only that, you can do a runtime script. So when the container is once the repo is cloned, you can give it a custom script to temporarily run, and then it will disable the internet after that. So you can install in special things. Yeah. Oh, and look at this. So it gives you a suggestion of the things that should run. Yeah. So I definitely. Okay. So I'm not going to need that for this one. Uh, yeah. Yeah. So let's hit create environment. Don't need any advanced options for this one. This is a really basic setup. So we'll click create environment. There we go. Environment created successfully. So now let's go to environments. Click on the environment. Okay, and you don't, it looks like you don't do anything from the environments page. So we'll click on the main page here. There, you have to do a task. And notice where we're at. So there's you have to select the branch you're going to work with. It defaulted to master, but we can see and we saw there that there is no master branch. Uh, yeah, master branch for juggling coach, but there's no master branch for one that I wrote more recently before they changed the default branch name from master to main. So the one that I most recently created is main. So I had to select that. All right, so now let's ask the code some questions here. So uh, so let's start. Yeah, so I would like to add a number of features to this metronome, please. Oh, and looks like my keyboard isn't working. Okay, please. So number one, I would like to use modern modern frameworks like React or Vue, whatever you think is best for a metronome app. Two, I would like to add uh, tone drones to the metronome. That can be programmed to happen for specific measures so that you can practice along make to a simplified makeshift backing track. Number three, I would like to add uh, polyrhythm, polymeter, and swing as new features to the metronome. And then I think there were more than just that. Oh, what else can I? Well, let's start there. That should be enough. Okay, so we'll start with okay, so we'll start with ask. It's not going to affect the code at all. All right, so see if we can click in and get more detail here. Yep, so we click in, and now we can see what's going on. We see my entire message there. So we see it's going. It opened up a an actual looks like a Docker container here, and it's running the code inside the container on their servers. So we can click view log and see this in kind of a step-by-step log here. So it's looking for agents.md. Looks like it wants agents.md there. Uh, you know what? Let's add agents.md because it looks like it wants that. So we're going to add a file, create a new file. We're going to name it agents.md. We're going to say, and we'll just do a dot. So we'll say Codex, OpenAI Codex seems to want an agents file. All right. So yeah, it's making sure that it's not in that folder that I had. Didn't find it, so it's going to check there. Okay, so polyrandom features are already there. Wants more advanced options like React. I don't know what that means. I don't want more advanced options like React. I want framework. All right. So yeah, it looks like it's thought about it, and awesome. So now we're gonna go back here. Uh, we're gonna say awesome. Make those changes, please. Okay, and then we'll click code this time. All right, and we'll click view logs. So let's see what it's trying to do here. So it's configuring language runtimes. Now it's checking the for agents.md. So I gave it an agents.md. Um, looking at the file, open agents to check the instructions. Uh, okay, yeah, there's nothing. Can you make a here? Let's see if it can write me a agents.md file. What is an agents.md file? Okay, it's fine. Okay, got it. All right, I want you to write me an agents.md file, please. I'm working on a project to build the world's greatest metronome. Metronome for musicians. No, it's not a metrodome. It's the tool that musicians use, right? You should know what it is. It's to help them keep time. Cool. Oh, this is really cool. Hell yeah. All right, so now I'm going to take this. I'm going to modify this agents here. Hit edit, which I already have selected. Now hit paste. There we go. And now this is a markdown file. So if we hit preview, we'll see it in markdown. Excellent. Commit changes. All right. So there we go. So yeah. Okay. So it's working now. All right. I'll give it some time to work. I'll pause and be right back. All right, I am back. So it's still working here. So let's see what it's doing. So I need to check lines 230 and 260 to find where to insert the new UI. So it should make some pretty big changes here. Yeah, so it's still reading that one file I have. And it's going to make some changes, and we'll see the changes that it makes. So we'll see once it pushes it, it should change this metronome quite a bit. And it should make it better, hopefully. That's the idea, anyway. So, oh, we got a problem here. Oh, yeah, it looks like the maximum line length for the sessions it's using are very small, 1600. But I think typically having that many lines, well, I don't know. It seems to be able to work around that limitation pretty easily. Okay, so yeah, it's working. I'm going to give it some more time to work. All right, I'm just doing a brief check-in here because I'm about to use my metronome to do a little bit of practice off camera. I play viola, so so I added in. It's really cool because the way it wrote it, all you have to do is add more time signatures, and it does math on these numbers. It splits it up by here, and it does like you don't have to change anything but add new of these because it just in a for loop goes through all of these and then does math on them. And the math that it does doesn't have to be unique from one option to the next. So that's really cool. It just takes that as an input to a function later on, and if you want to add more time signatures, all you have to do is add the time signature and nothing else. So there we go. I added that. I hit commit and sync. So we've got extra. We've got extra. So now I'll have the agents file here in my Visual Studio. For some reason, it looks like it. When I opened this agent file, it took quite a long time for it to display. I'm not sure what's going on with that, but now I get it here. So yeah, it's pretty cool. This is cool. I like this. Okay, so yeah, now I've got so if I look at the time signature and I refresh it, now I've got 1616. So when I practice the bowings, it can go because I'm doing Kreutzer. I don't know if anyone's familiar with that, but it's the bowing exercises. So they have some notes that they want the bowings to be tied in different ways that are like tricky to follow along. So that's what's cool about the metronome. The way it is now is it's so easy to edit, but we'll see what. Oh, you know what? It looks like these features are done. So yeah, let's push it and see what we got. We're gonna create a new PR, And see, I was getting this problem before. Failed to create PR. I don't know why that's the case. Yeah, so if it can't create the PR, then it's just no good. I guess what we can do is a um, so we can copy get apply. But no, we have to have the changes. Yeah, we have to have the changes ready. Oh, is this all? Would this work? I feel like this might work. That would be something. Yeah. So there's some kind of problem there. Um, let's see. So I think maybe. What if I tried in Bash? Index does not match index. Okay, does not match index. All right. Well, that doesn't work either. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure how to get these. I'm not sure how to get these changes into my repo if I can't push them. Let's do a quickly. We'll do view pull request. Pull request will automatically open once it has been created. So refresh that, or yeah. So we can't. If we click that quickly, it'll just go to that page that just is frozen because there's failed to create a PR. So what we could try to do is toggle the settings. Maybe there's some sort of, maybe I need to add, yeah, maybe I need to add a collaborator. Um, full name, by username, full name, or email. So let's see if we can figure out the name of the collaborator. Or let's see. So here's the documentation. So let's see if there's anything for. Um, okay, so this is Codex. So for browser. Okay, so you can get one that you run in your terminal. Here we go. So connect your GitHub to grant Codex agent access to your GitHub repos. Install our GitHub app to your organization. The two permissions are required. Yeah, so we got to give it permissions. Um, so yeah, I have to grant it permissions. All right, so each user in an organization must authenticate to their GitHub account before being able to use Codex. After auth, we will grant access to your GitHub repos and environments at the GPT workspace level, meaning that if your teammate grants access to the repo, you'll be able to run Codex temp. Okay, so I have to grant access uh, to the repo. Let me check my email. I'll be right back. Nope, that wasn't it. I thought I did. I thought I did grant access. I'm surprised that it appears as though I didn't grant access. I think it would be collaborators, right? Oh man, this would be an amazing exploit. You could probably get unauthorized access to a lot of code bases if you made an account named Codex. Um, so, well, let's just try to use the CLI. Maybe that makes it easier. When was this released? 1 hour ago. No commits on it. When was the first commit made on this? Wow. This was all developed. Oh wait, well let's see here. Yeah, let's do all time. Okay, so they've been working on this for a while. It just hasn't been released yet. Okay. All right. Yeah, I want the. I do want this actually. Let's get Codex in there. Yeah, let's get Codex going. So I'm gonna do that. Then here's the README. So you gotta install it. Oh, actually, never mind. This uses the OpenAI API key. So this is a different tool based off of the OpenAI API. I don't have, well, I mean, I have access to the API, but I don't want to pay for it in that way. I'll probably save a lot of money if I do, but I'm pretty happy with how I've been using it. So let's continue using it like this. We just have to make sure that I can push these changes. Failed to create a PR, so we have to figure out why it's failing. Yeah, there's no, well, shoot. Why can't it push? Maybe it's my account settings rather than my repo settings. Oh, yeah, probably shouldn't show my password on there. Uh, so this is account successor settings. I don't know what that means. Link Patreon account. I'm looking for maybe security. Block commits that contain supported secrets. I'll keep that. Uh, well, I don't know how to do this. Huh. Why is it not? Why is the push not working? As long as you share a workspace. Where's a workspace? How do I connect? Okay. How do I share a workspace? Manage workspace. Let me try that. Oh, I don't have the option to do that. Uh, yeah, I mean, it was. I just got the notice that this was available today, so maybe it's just a buggy piece of crap. Submit a task. I submitted the task. Okay, there we go. We disable network access. Okay. It prevents a diff. You can choose to open. Uh, yeah, see, you can choose to open a PR, but it's failing to do that, and there's nothing in here that explains why it might fail to do that. Yeah, so here we can create new PR. Yeah, and it just fails. Wow, that sucks. Create. Let's say this. Create a PR. Well, this might be the end of this video because we can obviously see there's some issue. I don't know if it's on my end. I feel like it's not because we saw like it has access to read my repo. I just feel like it doesn't have access to write to my repo because we can see in the logs um, it looking at the so where was it? Configuring. So like it set up the environment, right? Like it pulled down the files. So like obviously it can read the repo. Otherwise it wouldn't be able to pull down the files and set up the environment. So it just can't write. Yeah, it can't write. So we gotta give it write access somehow. And I would guess that would, well, what about security? Code scanning? That's security internal to GitHub. We want to change the security external. So advanced security. Protection rules. I mean, right now it seems like it obviously only has write but not read. So we want to give it. Yeah. So these rules haven't been. Maybe these rules need to be set up. Yeah. Let's create a new branch rule set. Uh, restrict deletions. Require force. Nah. I want rules that make it more permissive. Leave. Rules, actions, code spaces,
Pre-builds are currently disabled because you've reached your CodeSpace's spending limit. Okay. Maybe that's why it's trying to use that. All right, let's try to push this. Oh, now this one looks like it's working. Wow. Look, this one worked. Oh yeah, I didn't have a README file in here before. Okay, yeah, let's go with that because it just adds the README file. Okay, so I'm submitting a review. Oh, shoot, I have to approve it. Or I can't approve it because my account. Wait, what? Can I? Oh, yeah, I can merge it. Perfect. Merge. Cool. So now it has a merged pull request, and now it has a README file where it didn't before. That's good. So okay, so I guess there's no problem anymore. We saw that the pull request worked for that one. So let's try it for this one. Ah, so it fails for this one. So there's something about the changes here, like it changed too many files or something happened where it can't, yeah, it just can't do it. All right, so let's just give it the same thing and see if it just does better next time. Okay, we're gonna give it the same task and see if it does better. And I'll be back while it's working. All right, I'm back. Let's briefly look at where it's going. So checking the Git logs. Uh, yep. So it's yeah. Now it's finished. So hopefully it works better this time. Let's take a look. So yeah, there was just something wrong with the first one. It might have even been something that they like just committed now because this I just saw this feature released like a few hours ago. So the developers might have even made a commit in this time that resolved this issue. But look, we've got view metronome with new rhythmic features. So we've got let's take a look at the files that were changed. Two files were changed. Yep. So it's built with view. Uh, okay. Sure, let's do it. Let's go to pull requests. Click into this, merge. And it's probably going to brick the project, but might be able to undo it. Oh, this is interesting. So it didn't change anything that's up. So it just added another file, view metronome.html. Okay. So let's add a. Well, I'll be back in a little bit. All right, welcome back. So let's do this. I'm gonna go here, um, close this, close that, and that. I'm going to next. I'm going to go to my version control, sync changes down. All right, now go to the Explorer, and I'm going to swap the names on these. So I'm going to do index dash bak dot html, and then I'll call this index.html. All right, and now I should be able to go live here and see what that looks like. Okay, so now they're using okay, it looks exactly the same. Just looks a lot worse. Oh, there's a swing percentage. Let's set that to 50%. Okay, so it doesn't seem to change on the fly. It doesn't seem to affect it at all. The swing percentage didn't do anything. Also, the drone doesn't appear to do anything. All right. Well, that was a bust. Okay, so I guess I'll definitely roll that back, or roll back all these changes. All right, so now we've just got this extra file that kind of does nothing. But anyways, I think that's the end of my demo. I just wanted to briefly explore this brand new tool that was pushed out, and I was just doing it on my own. I thought, hey, this is perfect content for my YouTube channel, especially if I choose my Metronome project that I completely vibe coded using GPT, so ChatGPT. So yeah, that's the end of this video. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next one.